I am going to knit 200 rows of scrap yarn to leave on the machine after my order is done. So it is there when I start another order. I do that. I don't want to reprogram the console to knit, so I'm going to do this like I did the end of part C of the dance shawls. I'm going to say knit sector 0, enter. It's going to say you are using the full bed and how many rows do you want to knit. I'm going to knit 200 because that's how many it takes to get down to the fabric takedown bar. And I say enter. It says put the locks to SX without yarn. To change, I put the lever to N, put it to S, lock it in place by moving it to X. And on the back bed, move it to S, lock it in place. Make sure there's no yarn in the lock. I'm just going to manually put that away and make sure the eyelets are all down. So I say, okay, I'm going to knit without yarn. It's ready to go. Now, of course, sector 0 thinks it's going to knit the beginning of my blanket, but I want to knit with scrap yarn. So it says feeder 1, but my scrap yarn is in color 4. So I push 4. I say yes, even though I did color 4. Go. It's going to tell me to put it to LX. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put it to N. Yes. It says go get color 1. I want color 4. Enter. Now it says it's going to go get color 4. Go. It didn't pick it up on the first go. Hit go again. Or say enter, go. I'm not going to change the stitch size. Control stitches. It's just asking you if you want to change the stitch size. Go. And to cast on, now I just say go. And knit the 200 rows. After it has knit a few rows, I tell it to stop after the next row because I want to break off and reattach the colors of yarn that I'm not using. Reach up, grab your colors, pull it down. And wind the colors around the wheel to hold it in place until the next time you want to knit something. Then continue on with your 200 rows. On row 150, instead of 200, I saw that my scrap yarn was nicely down into the rollers of the feeding takedown bar. So I can stop my knitting there, and I always want to finish everything, even my scrap yarn, with a transition row so I can start my next blanket. So I say knit sector 9, enter. It's going to say knit 2 previous rows, go. Now it's going to be telling me I need my feeder 1 and my feeder 4. I programmed my color changer. I say go. I make sure to change it to LX on the front bed, LX on the back bed, so now I'm ready, go. It's going to say get my waste yarn. I say yes, go. Now I'm ready to, I'm all done. My scrap yarn is on. My transition row is done. But before I turn the power off, I want to program it to go to sector 0 so it's ready to start a new blanket. Knit sector 0. Enter. Yes, I'm using the full bed. I'm going to want it to stop on row 22 for my blanket. Enter. It says knit SX. SX without yarn. So I release my lever. My lever again is the little lever under the color chain.